Here we are in Brooklyn by Adams Street and Tillery at the beginning of the walkway for the Brooklyn Bridge. Thank you for watching. This is the replay crowd. It's nice clear skies as you can see. Let's start walking. By the way, I did not have my now I can't think of the word for it. I don't want to say stick, but I don't have the thing that stabilizes it. I can't think of the word right now. Gimbal. I don't have my gimbal with me. So we're walking without the gimbal. That's why it might be a little bit more shaky. But this is like the best time. It's a little bit after 3. Probably like 4-ish. But because it's around 4-ish, the sun just starts to set. You can see it on the buildings over there. And even though we're walking over the Brooklyn Bridge, you can see in the background, maybe not so well on camera, but I see it. I see the Manhattan Bridge, which is next to it. So, this is all the shrubbery, which seems like they refertilize, but it smells. I guess in preparation for the spring. They probably did a bit early because we've had such warm weather. Who knows? It still could snow in March, early to mid-March it could. But so far, we haven't really had any significant snow. So maybe the fertilizing early was a good idea. We used to say April showers, spring May flowers, but we might have flowers before May at this rate. So I don't know why he's trying to exit early, but he is. There's a sign telling all cyclists we must merge to the right, because on the Brooklyn Bridge now, it's been for at least a few years, they got rid of the cyclists on the walk path, because the walk path here is really touristy. This is the third bridge we've had featured on this channel. First we did George Washington Bridge, which was my favorite actually of all time. But if you watch the video, you can see I almost get killed by a cyclist. See, that's where they separate it. And they go in there. And they have their own section. And then they have signs saying, no cyclists, no cyclists. But every now and then you'll still see a cyclist who's wants to torture themselves. Because you'll see it gets pretty crowded on this bridge. That's a cool building in the background in Brooklyn. We still are in Brooklyn. That building says hi. And then there's a CUNY building, City University of New York, but this one says hi. Right there, at the top of the silver. Or gray, rather. Gray building. Here, a helicopter. So yeah, my favorite was the George Washington Bridge. It's all the way uptown. You get a different type of view than the Brooklyn Bridge. Brooklyn Bridge, you get the building view. The George Washington Bridge, you get the nature view. Two totally different things. And I guess tourists that come here to see the skyscrapers, not really nature. And as a New Yorker, I see the skyscrapers every day. And I kind of like to be lower to the ground. I don't really want to live on a high floor. Not my cup of tea. Here you got the Three Musketeers running in unison. This part of the bridge, you'll notice, there's not too many people over here. But as we get further, you'll see. You will see coming up, there'll be a lot of people joining from another section. Hello, if you're just joining, we are on the Brooklyn Bridge. We're walking from Brooklyn to Manhattan, and in the background you see the Manhattan skyline and some of the Brooklyn skyline over here. But right in front of me, most of it's in the far background, that's Manhattan. Most of it. Hey, good morning. I'm doing great. How are you? So we're at the final stretch that's pretty dead. And then you'll see a lot of people joining from over here. There's an entrance. They join, and that's where it gets crowded all of a sudden. Of course, when I show where they join, it's empty. I'm doing good. Good. We are on the Brooklyn Bridge, at the foot of it. In Brooklyn, heading to Manhattan, the main city of New York. Or the main borough of New York. New York has 5 boroughs. New York, Manhattan, that's the same. See everyone. A huge crowd is going to the right. So when you do visit, or if you do visit, this is the bridge that all the tourists go on. The other 2 bridges that I showed, the George Washington Bridge, is not touristy like this. And I almost got run over by a cyclist, which there are no cyclists on this bridge because there's a bike lane right over there. So this is the touristy one, and yesterday I showed you on my channel the Williamsburg Bridge, which also goes from Brooklyn to Manhattan, whereas the George Washington Bridge goes from Manhattan to New Jersey, a whole nother state. And that one does have a toll for people who are driving. They have a toll for people that are driving into the city, not out of the city. Oh, here's something interesting I didn't notice. See, they whiz by you. But over on this building, you can see it. Let me see if... Is there a way to zoom? I don't know how to zoom. It looks like an ark, like a Noah's Ark. That's weird. Someone built an ark over there. And over on this bridge, you have tchotchkes for sale. Which the other bridges, they don't. Because this is tourist bridge. So they sell all sorts of stuff. Here there's a gift store. There's a woman selling mangoes. Generally in New York City, if you're selling mangoes, you're usually Mexican. I don't know why. Usually. Doesn't have to be, but usually. Certain industries where certain ethnicities really take over a certain position in New York. Don't ask me why, it just often happens. I'm going to show you, that's Manhattan Bridge peeking in. I'm going to show you over here. That's I-278. Well, here's Brooklyn Bridge. Over there is Interstate 278, Brooklyn Queens Expressway. And there's an ad for LMB Spumoni Gardens. Anyway, see, the reason why they had this line was to tell you which side the traffic to be on. And that was especially needed when they had cyclists. It's also needed for walking, but not as bad as with the cyclists. And here's where to Wood. It's like the Coney Island Boardwalk. It has all these wood, which is unique. The other two bridges that I showed you on the channel, if you were watching it, they don't have this boardwalk style wood, which you have to like upkeep it a lot. Another thing that you don't see it as much as you used to. See more people selling. It says Bob Marley, keep walking. I think he was selling some cannabis. It wasn't just water he was selling. Then you got more gift shop stuff, keychains, magnets, hats. I love New York. That's a cool contraption. The camera spins in a circle, and you're on a podium, and you're taking pictures, and get like a whole 360 image. I didn't want to keep showing it. Yeah, more people taking pictures. Here, which you don't see as much as you used to see a lot more of it. People put these padlocks here. This one has a heart with a date on it. That was from 2019. Initials. You're really not supposed to do that. It used to be more of a bigger problem on this bridge. But a few years ago, they got rid of a lot of them. But for some reason, here's more of them. There's another few over there, more over here. A few years ago, they got rid of all of them. And people started, I guess around 2019, putting them back again. There's another one, 2022. This one looks like it's been here a while. It's rusted. You see it on, I'm not New Jersey, the Brooklyn side. You don't see it on the Manhattan side as much for some reason. See, Brooklyn Bridge has these cables going up. What's nice about this bridge is it's an easier bridge to walk, I think, than the Williamsburg Bridge. Williamsburg Bridge, I think, has more of an incline for longer. Or this has maybe a same amount of incline, like in terms of length, but it's like less. I mean, less of an incline for about the same amount of time. If that makes any sense. There we are. There we are. That's Brooklyn. East River. More of the East River. Let's see here. We are. Then you have this nice little plaque. If you want to freeze frame and read it, you're more than welcome to. And expand the screen. Now I'm going to go to the next one so you can freeze frame. You can freeze frame and read the plaque if you want. On replay crowd. They also have how the bridge was built. Replay crowd. Replay crowd. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Look closely, you can see the Statue of Liberty. Maybe you can see it, if not, there's the World Trade Center. There's the Empire State Building. Excuse me. I'm not quite sure. I think that's some sort of condo. There's another plaque here. There, I can't really show it right now. There's people over there, so we'll just admire the view a bit more. See all these cables. Suspension bridge. Maybe there's another plaque I can show you. Here's a plaque. National Historic Civil Engineering plaque. American Society of Civil Engineers, funded 1852. Brooklyn Bridge. Wow. There's also it's so windy that the garbage can is flinging the garbage out of the can. There's the traffic leaving the city. Okay, now I can show you the plaque. Here we are. Freeze frame, take picture. Okay, and we're heading out. Ah, boy. See, he was getting ready to go. He was selling something. Now we're walking down a bit, and then we walk up and then back down again. So it's, I don't know, it's easier, this bridge, to walk on. Especially, I feel like on the way back is even easier for some reason. It's just each step you take on this wood is a bit weird because it's uneven. I don't know, it just feels like it's not as steep. That's probably what makes it easier to walk, the gradualness. Now she has to run back. Run back. Hey, I know. I guess you know where we are. I probably haven't been on this bridge since like 10 years. Probably about 10 years. When I started walking across bridges. Nah, it had to have been sooner than 10. Probably that was like 6 years ago. Yeah, it's an amazing day. It's like, see, on this side of the bridge, I can't find any padlocks. It's only on the Brooklyn side. It's weird. Oh wait, hear that? Never. As soon as I say it, there's 2 of them. Oh, now I see a few more. Okay. There's another 3 of them. But yeah, there used to be a ton more of those padlocks. Oh, now I see them. As soon as I say something, I see them all over the place. But yeah, there used to be a lot more though. The city doesn't like it. Of course, it weighs down the bridge. Especially when you have like thousands of them like they used to have. Oh, that's a heavy one. Used to be a lot worse. See there, they spin them around, those cameras. You get the 360 experience. Oh, somebody dropped their phone. Flying phone. It was like, I don't know how that happened. But, I guess those things, they look cool as a couple, but as a single person, it really looks stupid. And they all play the music rights to it. You know what I mean? That's not right. They keep playing only hers. But yeah, it's so much safer walking on this bridge without the cyclists. Here you notice you don't have cyclists making the mistake of going on the pedestrian path. It's a waste of time. First off, you have too many tourists, and then you have this boardwalk feel to it. I'm at my dad's, so perfect internet, yay! Sapporo, gonna have a Sapporo, I'm not sure what that is. And watch YouTube experiment. Yeah, well, I'm almost done. We have another like 10 minutes? I don't know. Well, thanks. Yeah, so, yeah, I was saying earlier, I really like the George Washington Bridge more, but that I almost died on there by a cyclist. It was like inches away. Here you don't have that problem. Will just stop right in front of you. That's the only problem we have. Oh, beer. Oh, beer. I thought it was a TV show. Oh no, I thought it was something to eat. I'm sorry. That's right. First I was thinking Sopranos, and then I was thinking, is it something to eat? Oh boy. More tourist garbage. For 25 for a hat. Meanwhile, there's a guy selling them down the street for, oh, here's another sign, for $5 each. Yeah, when I went and did the walkthrough a year or so ago, it looked like there was another roadway for cyclists that was under construction. So I think that's what they're going to do if they haven't done it already. It was like the northern section of the bridge. Looked like it was a designated area that they were building or renovating. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they sectioned an area off, but even if they section an area off for that, you're still gonna have people who are just gonna take Williamsburg, where even in the pedestrian area you have cyclists, and I think that's gonna happen there. It's just here you have a separate area, because it's impossible for a cyclist to compete with so many pedestrians. But the George Washington Bridge doesn't get the traffic that the Brooklyn Bridge does, foot traffic. So you're going to have that same problem if you separate them as you do in Williamsburg Bridge. You still got to be careful. And also it's really narrow. A lot more narrow than Williamsburg. It's even more narrow than here. The Manhattan Bridge, I don't recall having the problem with the cyclists, because you got to go up several flights of stairs if you want to go the pedestrian route, whereas the road for a cyclist, is a ramp. There is no stairs. So that makes it a lot more compelling to take the there was only a few stairs for the George Washington Bridge, so cyclists were still taking no problem, and that's the hardcore, as you said. But who knows, maybe they'll separate it, or maybe they already did. I'm not sure. So many people here. I wish we had somebody on one of those stands. Oh, and they have the ring light too. See, they all play Alicia Keys. Keep going. See? No one's taking it though. No one's taking them. I saw it when I was walking to Brooklyn earlier today. Manhattan Bridge is kind of narrow too. I also several times walked across the, not on video here, but personally I walked across the Queensboro, or Ed Koch, or 59th Street Bridge, whatever you want to call that bridge. I walked across that several times. That shares the bike lane with pedestrians. Well, they have a designated lane, but it's right next to the walkway, so you gotta be careful there too. But there's no real good view over there. You know, Manhattan Bridge is even better than 59th Street, Queensboro or whatever. Manhattan Bridge, they really got to make it look nicer. It looks like you went into a time warp and you're in the 70s or something. Graffiti everywhere, and it's not so good graffiti. You know, I have nothing against graffiti. It's just most of it just looks terrible. You know. Left, you see we're back to the pavement. Oh wait, there's an old cyclist sign. Whoops. I don't know why it shows the cyclists. Maybe more narrow. Yeah. The city is just so broke that they're not gonna get rid of the cyclist sign on the pavement. Oh, the sun is starting to hide between buildings. See. Walking through shadows surrounded by a cage. Yeah. It feels so claustrophobic with all these tourists and then all these high buildings. You got the Woolworth building. You also got 8 Spruce Street. You got courthouses and municipal buildings over there. You have a high school that looks like a fortress. Murray Bergstrom. It's right over there. So then you're surrounded by all this traffic. Yeah, Manhattan Bridge, you can see it peeking between those buildings. Which those are probably nicer buildings, I'm not sure. Who knows? Maybe they're co-ops. I just don't know. They look better than most nicer buildings. So maybe they are co-ops. It's hard to say. And even if they are co-ops, some of those co-op buildings still look terrible and others are fine. It's hard to really tell from the outside. And it also depends who your neighbors are. Do they pay their maintenance fees? This guy's packing up for the day. Still a lot of people going on the bridge, I guess, and they're missing most of the sunset too. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they were nicer, but they looked somewhat better kept. At least from the outside. Who knows? It could be a horror on the inside. It could have like out-of-date electrical and plumbing issues and heating issues. You don't know. But you can have that on co-ops and condos. Well, those are well, if they were not nice. It would be a co-op. They're too old to be a condo. Yeah, he's packing up. If you know what language he's talking, let us know in the comments below. These bins look like the Amazon bins. You know, you see them, or the Whole Foods bins. The gray one there looks like when I used to work in retail. But these black and yellow look like Whole Foods Amazon. That gray one. That's what J&R used to have, which is down the street. Here's an entrance to one of the subway stations. And you can go to Chinatown. It's weird, it just says Chinatown. It's not too descriptive. It doesn't say what train line, it just says Chinatown. I don't know, MTA, update your signs. Tell us what subway takes you to Chinatown. Tell it is even a subway. People might not know. Maybe they think it's a free shuttle. Chinatown. I have no idea what it means. It just says Chinatown. Yeah. We used to have the ones like that, gray ones, back at the health food store. Yeah, here we go. More music. Oh, they even got the light display, so you can see it at night. They're prepared. They'll be there a while. Now, when you go at Canal Street at night, you have people with lamps, like a wand, an LED wand or something, showing you the merchandise. Yeah, the gray ones J&R had back in the day. I remember loading it up with software. Well, actually, it would come to me loaded with software, and I have to put it on the shelf. Now, there's no computer store that sells software. It's all... Oh, wait, I gotta go. That's right. Oh, wait, no, I couldn't go. I have to just cross back. That's right. There we go. There's the municipal building. This building here. A lot of crazy memories with this building. I once had an internship in this building at a radio station. WNYC. Public radio for high school. It was in the morning. Brian Lair show. They wanted me to help with programming and come up with a one show idea. And everything every idea I had, they said, oh, we did that, oh, we did that, oh, we did that. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I wasn't here for 20 years to know that you did everything. And then anything that was current on the news, of course they'd cover, so I didn't even have to mention the current events. So, and here they have the arched dome over here. It's pretty cool. And then they have the subway entrance, and the U is in the shape of a V. Really old school. The JMZ station over there. They really need to renovate. It's David and Dinkins Municipal Building. I didn't know that. Now you know. The municipal building is named after David Dinkins. Also, I once went here when I was working at J&R. There was a guy who was the Canon rep. Basically, Canon hires a third-party marketing company to have a rep at a computer store. They still do that probably at like Best Buy or something. And oh, there was an Uber driver with a spare tire. Yikes. Times are tough. What can I say? I was at JNR one day, and he comes up to me, this Canon rep guy. And I'm not going to leave names because to protect the innocent here. I kind of lost touch with him though. He comes up to me one day, says, "Oh, I'm getting married today, and I need a witness." I'm like, "What?" Yeah, I'm getting married today, and I need a witness. Can you be my witness? I don't know. He didn't say that. I'm not sure the verbatim way, you know, but it was so long ago. And I'm like, where is this? He's like, oh, it's down the street, municipal building at Chambers. I'm like, I guess I can do it on my lunch. So I ended up being like a half hour late or whatever, but nobody really seemed to care when I said, oh, it was to help so-and-so be a witness. I guess they thought it was cool. I don't know. Taking an executive lunch. It wasn't like I did it every day, you know. So I was a witness to a wedding. And I wasn't even 21 yet, so I was like, I'm like 18 or 19 or 20. Can I be a witness to someone else's marriage, or do I need to be 21? He's like, no, you're fine, as long as you're 18. I'm like, okay. I guess since you're able to get married, you might as well be able to be a witness. Oh, watch out. Right through the red. Brilliance. Of course, nobody stops him. But, so yeah, that's another reason why I went into that building once. I was a witness to someone getting married. Apparently, he went there previously and he had to come back. They do that where, you sure you want to get married? You sure you want to do this? So you go there, and then, I don't know, it's 48, 72 hours, something like that. A cooling period to make sure you really want to get married. Do you really want to go through with this? Which is probably a good thing, you know, so you don't have like Vegas where people get married in 5 seconds. Oh, you're married. I don't know if that's how it works, but it sounds like it. You have those chapels that are like everywhere. Yeah, they have a waiting period, cooling off period to make sure. I'm not sure about Vegas though. Wow, look at all this sculpture. Very weird. Looks kind of like something you find in Sleepy Hollow or something. You hear the birds chirping in those bushes. Yeah. Well, I guess you could get not just one mental person, but both of them being mental. Two mental people saying, oh yeah, let's get married. You know, they're so mental, they probably forgot they even went. So, it's probably one of the good things. I think most municipalities in the U.S. have it. You know, I think places like Vegas might be an exception, but I'm not sure. Maybe they also have a cooling period. Oh, you're gonna have to extend that trip. We have a cooling period of 72 hours to make sure. Okay, we better extend our trip. Hello, sunshine. How are you? We are in the Lower Manhattan by the courthouses. Federal Plaza area. That's what I was. See, here's an unmarked car. He has a something on the windshield saying he's a cop. And of course the glass is tinted. Of course he's blocking the crosswalk. Well, he's a federal employee. Of course he's going to do that. Undercover. Vegas wants the place to be where mistakes are made of. Yeah, probably. I always wanted to go to Vegas, but I don't want to go if I'm going to be nickeled and dimed. And that's what the place is known for. If I had status at some hotels or casinos, they probably wouldn't nickel and dime as much. But since I don't, and there's so far no cheap way that I was able to get status with, I ain't going. If that changes, then I'll let you know. But that would be a fun content going to Vegas, especially through the eyes of someone who's never been there, because you have all these YouTubers that they know, for them to see it, it's not that exciting to them. They say, oh, here it is, blah 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 blah. It's like they've been there a million times and they know everything. It's not like you're just seeing it for the first time. It's a bit different. The buffet deals, they brought them back, but they brought them back with a price increase. And also, if you had status at a hotel or something, you'd be able to get it slightly cheaper sometimes, and also you wouldn't have to wait on the huge line. They'd let you in faster, and all these things. And some buffets now, they put up a divider, so there's somebody serving you the food, so it's not like everyone grabbing it and with their greasy hands. And there's certain buffets you'd want and certain buffets you want to avoid, especially post COVID, where everyone should be more thinking about sanitary. But heck, you're in Vegas. All those rules are out the window. You live once. Here's a really cool looking former firehouse. I don't think it's in operation as a firehouse anymore, but the Downtown Community Center, TV Center, that's right. That's what it was. And there's a cinema, supposedly. Engine Company 31. Okay. There you go. Landmarked. 1989. The casinos, I think it depends on each casino because it's a private property. I think they allow you to record the machine you're at. I don't think they want you to record table games. I don't think they want you to record generally showing other people play. But I think it's okay if you show like up close what, something you're focused at that you're doing is okay. Generally. Unless the casino doesn't want you to. Yeah, some sort of public radio, studio, TV. I think it's some sort of TV center. This is the new Best Western that opened up in the area. There used to be one that was on Bowery and Grant, which became a homeless shelter during the COVID-19 era. And after that, it's just been abandoned. And the only thing that's in that building is just the bank on the ground floor. But this opened up recently, like a month or so ago. It's brand new. And at first, I thought they just built it because they closed the other one. But no, this was in the works before COVID even happened. I had to... retail space for lease, ground floor. Gallery Fitness Bar. ConradNYC.com. Huh. So yeah, it was in the works before COVID-19 happened. So I guess it could be the same ownership. I'm not sure. Because all these hotels, or most of them, are not... it's not like Best Western owns those hotels. They're franchised. And there's... like McDonald's is. And you could have like one operator have several branches or several locations. Here's Portland Alley. It's a pretty cool street. It's been filmed for movies. See, there's somebody filming there. I think there's also somebody taking a piss, so let's keep walking. Slot machines, and I guess if you like record yourself like facing a wall or something, that's okay. They just don't want you to like start showing other people gamble. So you can't do table games because there's other people there. And also I don't think they want you to show the dealer dealing for obvious reasons. And yeah, that's... But even so, some places don't want recording at all, I think. I could be wrong. I've never been there. But it's always interesting seeing videos when people are new to the area. As I was saying earlier, on the beginning of the video, which no one was here for, was I don't have my gimbal. I was charging it, which is probably better not having it when I'm walking in this area, because this neighborhood, you start having a gimbal and you see all that stolen stuff that they're trying to resell, they'll be like, oh, what the hell's going on? It's less conspicuous, you know. You can walk by and see. Let's see here. I'm just gonna walk a block out of my way, and I'll show you what I mean. Here we go. See, all the stuff on the street is either stolen or fake. Probably the latter of the two. Uh-oh. You heard they said, Miss, I think she wanted too low of a price, and she walked away. That's a negotiating tactic. And then they said, no, come. Which is pretty smart. Then you have these people here. They have the pictures of what they're trying to sell. See, handbag. And since we're here before it got dark, they don't have the they don't have the huge lights, the wand. Yeah, that's what I think too. You know, if it is real, you got a real good score, a real good bonus. But I think most of them are fake. But, you know, the people who are buying it, they know that. Okay, slow light to change. Let's go. See, I'm all the way halfway through the street. Okay, we're gonna go through here. Usually at night, it's usually more crowded with them. I don't know. And after this, I am gonna probably turn off. See, it's too crazy. Could be. Now that's even more brazen. Oh, cool. What's he doing? Filming? The model. Model walking up the street. Walking up the stairs. But yeah, that's the situation on Canal Street. It's going back to what it used to be. Today's a weekday. You can imagine the weekend is a lot more crazy. About a month or two ago, there was a huge raid, and we got like, I don't know, 15 or so people. But the supply keeps coming in, so people are just going to keep selling. People need to make money somehow. You know, for every one person, there's another 1,000 people ready, willing, and able. So it is now, I don't know what time it is because I'm recording. It's probably around 4:30, 5 o'clock. And I am exhausted. I'm gonna figure out if I have to go to the store or I can just go home. I gotta double check on some things. Anyway, have a nice, safe rest of your day. If you're just getting home, enjoy. Or if you're just starting your day, wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful rest of your day and good night. Thank you. 5:20 here in New York City, p.m. on a Wednesday, hump day. Hump day after Valentine's Day. Good night.